Hi guys, Kandi Toy Box here. Today you will need rainbow pony beads. I have some light pink pony beads. You're also going to need scissors, a lighter, a needle. I have a long piece of string here. And then I have 3 pieces of string here. And then you're also going to need some ribbon or fabric, yarn, whatever you have for the bottom, and you're going to need 7 pieces. And you can make this whatever length that you want. To start, we're going to grab the long piece of string. You're going to get both ends together. You're going to add 3 light pink beads on one side and then 3 on the other side. And you just let those fall. We're going to take a hot pink, and this bead's going to go through both. And you can just pull this down. Now that we have that started, we can go back to the 3 light pink on both sides of the string. Just let those fall. We're going to take an orange and it's going to go through both strings. You're going to add 3 pink on both sides. You're going to add a yellow. That'll go through both. We're going to add 3 pink on both sides. We're going to add a green. Both strings will go through. You're going to add light pink on both sides. Blue that goes through both. Light pink on both sides. And purple that goes through both. Go ahead and pull those down. And you will want to make this tight, so when you add beads, just pull all the beads down. So this is what our pattern looks like. We're going to repeat this 6 times. So you should have 6 of each color bead on. So we're going to go back to adding the light pink, then pink, and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and do this until we have 6, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Okay, I finished mine, and here's what it looks like. So you should have 6 of each color, 6 pink, orange, yellow, green, and so on. And we're going to end with the purple here, just like this. And we need to connect the ends. So fold it over. You're going to take 1 string, and what we need to do is go down these 3 pink and then up these 3, and we're going to tie it. Might be easier if you put your needle on. So it looks like that so far, and now we need to go up these 3. pull both strings tight and then tie this. Okay, we're going to put our needle on one side. Doesn't matter which string. And what we're going to do is go through these 3 beads here. So the purple and 2 pink. You're going to add 3 pink. Go through the middle bead here. We're going to add 3 pink. Go through the middle bead here. Going to add 3 pink and go through the middle. So this whole outside row will be this pattern, 3 pink, and then you're always going through the middle bead here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that all the way around, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay guys, I'm at the end here. I added my last 3 pink, and what we're going to do is go through this middle bead where we started, and we're going to go through these 2 pink. You're going to pull that tight and go ahead and make a knot here. You're going to cut that off, and if you have a decent amount of string left, you can reserve that for the middle part. So I showed you these strings that I had there. That's what those are going to be for. So you set that aside, and now we're going to put our needle on the other end of the string. I'm going to flip this. So we were working this way, now we're going to turn it. And you're going to go through these 2 pink beads. So we're coming out of the purple and then going up these 2 here. You're going to add 2 pink and go through this middle bead. You're going to add 2 pink and go through this middle. You're going to add 2 and go through the middle. You're going to add 2 and then go through the middle. And you're going to want to pull this really tight and keep it tight all the way around. So basically we're doing the same thing we did over here, but instead of 3 we're adding 2, and you're always going to go through these middle beads here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay guys, I'm at the end here. This is what it looks like. So it should have shrank and then formed a circle. I have my last 2 beads right here. You're going to go through these 2 beads, pull that tight, and make a knot. Okay, you're going to cut that off. Same with that other piece of string. If you want to use that for the middle section, you can, if you have any left. Now what we need to do is we need to find the middle for the top and the bottom. So to do that, you're going to fold this in half. I'm going to use the pink up here as my guide. You're folding it in half. So I have pink down here and over here. what you're going to do is take one of those strings and you're going to go through these two beads. And you're going to make the string even. So we went through the two beads right underneath this hot pink. And if you want to mark this one, just so you know later, you can take a string, just make one knot to hold your place, so you know when we get down there that we're going to tie here. Okay, so we have our string up here, and then we have this marked as where we're gonna tie off. So for the pattern here, we're gonna add 3 purple on both sides. Then you're going to take 1 purple, and that's going to go through both strings, and then you're going to pull those down. That's what it looks like. Now we're going to do the same thing with blue. So you're going to put 3 blue on both sides of the string. And then you're going to take 1 blue, and it's going to go through both strings. You'll pull that down. Now we're going to do that with green. Going to add a green, and it's going to go through both strings. And you will need to tighten this as you go, unless your string's longer than mine, but I cut just enough. So 3 yellow on both sides. And then a yellow through both. Okay, so our next color is going to be orange, pink, and then we're going to repeat purple and blue. So you're going to do the same thing with all those colors. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So I added the orange, pink, purple, and blue. You're going to end with 3 blue on each side, and then where we tied down here, you're going to go through these 2 pink, just like we did at the top. And then you're going to pull the string tight and make a knot. Cut this off. And that's what the middle looks like. You can remove this. And now okay, we're gonna go over here to make a guide. So the second pink over here, well, you know what, we have these smaller pieces. I'm gonna use a smaller piece that we cut off. Tie this for my guide, and then on this side we're going to do the purple bead. So tie that and make that your guide. And now we're going to take one of those pieces of string that we set aside. You're going to go through this orange and put the ends together and pull the string so they're even. And we'll do the same thing with the last piece of string over here. So So you're going to take one end and go through that middle orange, put the ends together, and then pull the string. Now for the pattern, we're going to add pink, 3 on each side of the strings on this side. You're going to get a pink, and that's going to go through both strings. We're going to add 3 purple. Going to get another purple, and that's going to go through both. Now we're going to do blue. So 3 blue on both sides. Then you're going to take a blue, both strings will go through. Our last color will be green. 3 on both sides. Okay, and at this point, you're going to want to pull this down to make it tight. And we have our guide over here. So we're going to take one side of the string and go through these 2 pink beads, put the ends together, pull it tight again, and then make a knot. And then you can cut that off. You can remove this guide. Now we're going to do the exact same thing over here. You're going to go through these 2 beads and then tie off, and then you can remove this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be back to show you the next step. Okay, this is what it looks like when you have both sides finished. Now we're going to add the string for the bottom. So like I said before, you can use whatever you have on hand. Hemp, yarn, any type of string will work. And I believe, I didn't measure this, but it looks like it's about 10 or 12 inches, and you can make this as long or short as you want at the bottom. So what you do, well, I should say, when you fold it over, it looks like it's about 12 inches. So you're going to take 2 ends together, and we're going to go through these 3 beads. Put the 2 ends, there's a loop here, you're going to open up and grab the ends and then pull the string down. And you're going to put that on the middle bead. Like that. You can also just tie it to the bead, whatever you feel comfortable doing. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Now we have a total of 7, so this is our first one. And what we're going to do every time we add one is skip. So we're going to skip these 3 and then put a string here. I have it folded in half. These are the 2 ends. Open up the loop, grab the ends and pull. And pull that down. Same thing on this side. We're going to skip these 3 and then go through these. Okay, we're going to skip this one, go through these. skip this one and we're going to go through these. So I have my two ends going through, open up the loop, grab the ends and pull. Okay, the side's done. Now we need to go back to this one. We have two left. Skip this one, go through this one. Our last string. Skipping this one, going through this one. You know what, guys? This one needs to be right here. I don't know how I lined that up wrong. Well, that's an easy fix. So instead of tying right here, we need this part to be right here. I'm going to fix that and then I'll be back. So I went ahead and fixed that so you'll tie it where that last string is. I think it's good for me to leave that in and show you guys that I make mistakes, and that's just part of the process when you're making candy. So don't get frustrated, just catch your mistake and then fix it and you can just move on. Because I do remember getting frustrated at times. So what we're going to do, we have two strings here. You're going to take your needle and put it on the end. And the pattern I'm going to use will be the light pink and then the rainbow after that. You're going to pull those all the way up. You might want to leave it a little loose so it'll fall right. And then you're going to make a knot up here. And then on this end, we're going to do the same thing, but instead of pulling the beads up to the top, we're going to leave them at the end. So I have my light pink and then my rainbow. And you can add feathers to this. This one I'm not going to, but I do have a picture and a video of one where I did add feathers. Okay, so we have our pattern on, and like I said, we're going to leave this one at the end. So just make a knot at the end and then pull those down. So that's what it looks like. We got one at the top and then one at the bottom. So if you wanted to add a feather, all you would do is tie your feather at the end of these beads and then at the end of these beads. So I'm going to repeat that process all the way across and then I'll show you the finished product. Okay guys, this is what it looks like finished. And I forgot to mention, you will need to put a little tie so you can hang it up. I just added a piece of string, the same string that was down here, and went across these beads here and just tied the ends. You could make a candy one too. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you next time.